Some Korean men are refusing to help women. A few days ago, a woman in her 20s lost consciousness and fainted when she was on the subway. Apparently, there were a bunch of men in their 20s and 30s who refused to help, and saying something to the extent of, "It has nothing to do with me," which got the women on the internet pissed. According to the Korean woman, the reason being, all able-bodied Korean men have to serve military service. They do learn CPR in the military. So it was expected for men in their 20s and 30s who likely just got out of the military to jump in and help because they know how to do CPR. But a lot of the men on the train didn't. And their reason being, they did not want to be accused of sexual harassment. There were a few incidents where men were actually accused for sexual harassment, for trying to help the women. Back in 2014, a South Korean woman had actually tried to sue a male EMT paramedic for doing CPR and doing chest compressions on her. Although the paramedic wasn't charged or convicted with anything, since he was reported, he still had to go through an investigation. There was also another story shared of a Korean guy going up the steps in the subway station, and there was a woman in front of him seemingly about to fall. He put out his hands and tried to grab her from the back to prevent her from falling. The girl freaked out and called the police on him, and he ended up in the police station. That being said, these are all the men's side of the story. They'd rather be a bystander than getting their names tainted with SA. This all seems a little crazy to me. I mean, I get it if you don't want to touch the person because you don't know what's going on. At least call for help. What do you think?
I missed the part where that's my problem.
So someone had asked me as a person who has one black parent and one brown parent, what kind of anti-blackness was I experiencing in my home? So first off, my dad was married to a black woman, and yet he called her the N-word every single time that he got upset. The family actually referred to us as the N-word generation because my dad's the only one that reproduced with black women. My hair was permed for a good portion of my life up until I hit like 10th grade, and then I went natural, and my father accused me of ruining my hair when I started wearing it curly. I wasn't allowed to wear braids and beads growing up because they were ghetto. I actually braided my hair one time. My hair was about hair. I went back to school with a bob because my father cut it off. I wasn't allowed to have nicknames because nicknames were ghetto and something that only black people did. He voted for Trump. He once looked at my brother, who has a big afro, and said that my brother turned into the one thing that he hates. And when I said, "What's that?" he said, "A black man." When Trayvon Martin was shot, my dad pretty much looked me in the face and said he would have done the same thing because all these black boys look suspicious. My father's side of our family is very pressed about our features and the color of our skin and the quality of our hair. Honestly, I can go for days and I'm always willing to share because them sleeping with us does not mean that they're any less racist.
It's about to be a white boy summer.
You think I don't remember you?
Yo, what?
I remember you, and you always come in here with the yo. Why don't you find another gym to go to?
I go to 2 gyms.
So go to Powerhouse. They're 24 hours. Go to Powerhouse.
All right. Well, he just paid though.
Go to Powerhouse.
I just paid. I'm waiting for you to get my receipt so I can go work out.
You guys come in here and y'all think y'all run shit, but you don't. You don't. You don't run shit in here.
Look in the mirror, okay?
You don't run shit in here.
Look in the mirror.
You don't run shit in here.
I didn't say I did.
Okay then. So you relax.
You the one raising your voice,
First
bro.
of all, brother, shut the up.
Yo, you work a 9-to-5 job behind the desk.
First of all,
shut the
isn't
fuck
9 to
up.
5.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you work
my
a
own
24
business as
hours.
well.
You work a 24
You can
hours.
video me all you
Yeah,
want.
cause you getting mad. You
That
gotta
shit
get
doesn't
fired.
bother
You better
me.
get fired.
I'ma
You
get
tell
fired?
you telling the customer. You telling the customer shut the fuck up.
You
What do you
can.
mean?
I'm
talking to the manager.
Okay.
Yeah, you better get
Go ahead.
fired, bro.
Monty.
Monty, damn.
Don't worry about what my last name is.
Monty,
You're not entitled to get
no
my
more
government.
job. No more
How
job.
about that?
Monty what?
You're not. Didn't I just tell you you're not entitled to get my government? Or do you not understand that?
I think you're so entitled.
No, I know you think you're entitled. That's the problem. You think you're
I'm
entitled.
waiting for the receipt. I just paid. Hurry up.
What do you need?
Bro, damn, he been waiting there the whole time. Damn, bro, 24 is really dog. This is why I don't come to this gym, bro.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
My father acquired a 5,000-acre block, and his eldest son-in-law got a 5,000 block over there. So in 1904, for a very short time, between the two men, we owned 10,000 acres. Now, you've just driven down a lovely tarmac road to get here.
Yes.
That tarmac road was the boundary between those two 5,000-acre blocks.
And you paid completely nothing for it, just the surveyor's fee.
Yes, I believe that is true. Let's be honest. It was a fight for survival on both sides. We wanted to keep our land, but quite a lot of that land had been acquired illegally or through coercion, through force, and that had to be accounted for. What we were portrayed was that the Mau Mau were very violent, and that was true. Okay, they One of the things in warfare, you try to denigrate the enemy. You remember in Rwanda, they talked about the enemy as cockroaches. Do you remember that? To try and make it that if you killed them, it wasn't an issue. You know, you're just, where's the aerosol can? You know, you're just spraying cockroaches. Okay. And so what I do remember as a child is that they produced horror books. So you would get a publication of 10 or 15 pages, quite big, with nothing but
I hate you! I hate the air that you breathe!
How you doing? Yeah. What's good in the hood?
The Department of Treasury is holding 95 million, not 950,000, 95 million unredeemed and fully matured savings bonds. I'll explain what that means in a second. The value is $38 billion. Now, there are only 300 million Americans, so this is probably not realistic, but if one unredeemed bond, if you assess one unredeemed bond to one individual American, that's 30% of our country. Now, what's a matured, unredeemed savings bond? A savings bond, as you probably know, Madam President, it's just a loan to the government. That's all it is. You want to invest your money and you want to help the government. Say you want to, in World War II, we sold a lot of bonds to help pay for World War II. You say give money to the government, and over a long period of time, usually 20 or 30 years, sometimes 10 to 15, at the end, you'll get back money plus interest. So it's not like a regular bond where you get quarterly interest payments. You give your money to the federal government, takes your name and address, you get a piece of paper, and at the end of however long of a bond you buy, say 20 years, you get back your principal plus interest. And for a long time, the Department of Treasury has had the names of these 95 million people or their heirs, and it totals $38 billion. Naive as I was, I went to the Department of Treasury and said, we need to give this money back to people. What's the problem? You got names, you got addresses. After a while, you didn't have to be Einstein's cousin to figure out they weren't going to cooperate with me. So I finally just went and passed a bill. I passed the Unclaimed Savings Bond Act. And my purpose of being here today is to try to tell folks after 8 years, we are going in this summer, in about 6 months, we're going to take all those digital records, names and addresses, and they're going to be sent to the state treasurer in every state. And the state treasurers are anxious to put the names and the addresses on their websites. They already publicize their programs. They're going to encourage their people to go to their state's website, and if they have an unmatured savings bond, or more likely their mom or dad did, or even their grandmother, and they can prove that they're the child or the grandchild, as the case may be, they can get the money. They can get the money. And I know some folks at Treasury are upset about me. They loved having $38 billion of taxpayer money sitting there on the books that they can use. But it's not right. You can call it waste if you want to. You can call it inefficiency if you want to. I don't care what you call it. It's not right. So this summer, I'll be back to tell you when we turn the program on, but we're going to send 95 million names out to every state treasurer in the union. They're going to start giving this money back. And I hope all people have to do is go to a website and check their name, and the treasurer will take it from there.
I just want to say for the first story, the Korean men, all of them, if they are acting in this way, they're 100% doing the right thing. Why risk your freedom, your name, your job, your whole life for doing the correct thing and helping out or saving somebody's life, all for them to lie and turn around and destroy all of your credibility with one lie? I pretty much feel that men in America need to follow suit as well. I don't care if it's just a few women that realistically are speaking in this type of manner. Sometimes the majority have to suffer for the few. The funniest thing about this is that I've heard for oh so long, even on my channel, in the comment sections over the years, I would have women pull up and say that, oh, men of other races are so much better than black men. They protect, they provide, they're great fathers, this and that and everything else. But the funniest thing is that when the children grow up, or the children who are already here now have to experience somebody brand new that's coming into their life, these are the stories that I happen to hear. These are the stories that many black women happen to leave out when it deals with interracial dating, and I wonder why. If you're going to speak about all the quote-unquote positives, then you need to speak about the bad and the ugly things that come with these things as well. Because no matter what group of men that you specifically go towards or speak to or date or get married to or have kids with, there is a bit of bad and ugly in every single race. But oddly enough, only when it comes to Black men, we are the representation of the greatest evil known to man. There is nothing we can't do correct. Everything that we do is always in vain. It's always narcissistic. It's always in a selfish nature. We never care about our community, our kids, our wives, our families, anything. But magically, every other group of men out here are perfect. But yet you just heard a Black woman speak on how it was growing up, having a father who was not reflective of her and what it is that she experienced, what it is that her brother experienced, what it is that the mother experienced, other things that the father stated. But again, even with this being listed, you have Black women out there stating that, oh, this is just a one-off thing. This is just a small variable. It doesn't encompass the rest of our relationships and yada, yada, yada. No problem. Keep telling yourself that. It's only a matter of time before people truly show who they really are. But anyways, if you guys like this video and any of the things that you were able to see, let me know in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.